Hey everybody, what's up? It's episode 38 of the fAnaticZ podcast. I'm Damien.
Yo, it's Dylan.
They are together. I am not, and I'm Frank.
You're always in our hearts, Frankie. Just know that.
I would love to be there, 100%.
And obviously, it looks like everybody is stoked to talk about the Phoenix Suns because we all have our Suns gear on today.
Absolutely. Quite the
Big,
slap.
big
And it
draft
wasn't
last night.
coordinated, well, except for Frankie. But I'm excited. We went from being a team that had zero picks really for a long time to having like 7 picks in this draft down to back to like 4 or 5. And I'm excited with the direction that they're already taking this team. And the offseason hasn't even started yet. That's the beautiful part.
I was gonna say one of our biggest issues was having size and length in the post, and outside of also getting Cam and Malak, we got Mark Williams in a trade, including the 29th pick in a future 2029. But just to get that, just to get two big players like that to address needs. And you said it, we haven't even started officially yet, but that's a good move out the gate, I believe.
You guys realize something? It's another center that we drafted the first round after DeAndre Ayton.
That's
Another center that was drafted after DeAndre Ayton in that same draft is what you're saying?
The first center we drafted after DeAndre Ayton in the first round.
Oh, the first center after DA that we've drafted since we drafted him number
Yeah.
1. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, this definitely is that. And also, what people don't really realize is back in, I believe, 2022, Mark Williams was the 15th pick in the draft. So, and he's only 23 years old. So, we got a bunch of top 10, top 15 type talent now at big man. And like you said, it's the first type of presence we've had since DA because everybody since then has been a failed experiment, in my humble opinion.
100%. The thing about like with Mark Williams and Malak is they've played in limited time in terms of minutes per game. Like Mark Williams has averaged 26 minutes a game, but he's putting up 15 and 10 when he's on the court. And then you got Malak, who in 21 minutes is averaging, 9 and 7.
Yeah, and Maliwak, he's only been playing basketball since he's 13 years old, and he's an 18-year-old kid. And he's already a top 10 pick in the draft. And a lot of people said he shouldn't even have been there. Like, the Suns weren't even really looking at him because the people they talked to and the teams ahead of them even said, don't even bother. He's not going to be there at 10. So
Right.
I was watching ESPN, and a lot of people were saying we got the steal of the draft. And for me, I think that's incredible work on Brian Gregory's behalf because we didn't even have a first round pick in this draft,
Right.
And that's a
That
part of
goes
the
back to
KD
the
trade.
Definitely wasn't expecting to go center at all because that didn't come across my mind at all with the number 10 pick. I thought we might have gone like, I don't know, probably forward or possibly point guard. Center didn't even come across my mind once. So I feel like Gregory and Ott thought that center was a struggle and a need, and they filled their spots. So we have 4 centers on our roster currently right now because we still got Richards and Plumlee.
Yeah, but think about how bad it was for us at center. Think about how many times we didn't get the offensive rebound, how many times that they're just driving straight at us and there's no one to stop them, how many times that the big man can't move their feet and get to where they need to be. Both Williams and Maliwak are quick and explosive. And even if Williams doesn't play, we still I don't see us getting rid of Oso Ighodaro. He might just slide up the 4 and he might just be a power forward. So I love this move because it's a. Some people are saying it's a negative, but this move means we have to do more moves,
I don't
and,
see
and we need to do more moves.
I don't see negatives in it, period. But I kind of see a slight issue when you have at least 3 centers on the team, but we got 4 right now.
See,
I was
my
pointing
belief.
before we went on. I was pointing out before we went on the air. If you're gonna add Williams and I'm gonna Maliwak, you're gonna add those 2 centers on the roster. You gotta figure Richards or Plumlee got to go. in my opinion.
My thing is, I feel like Plumlee is going to be the odd man out just because of his age, but I honestly think, in a sense, they're trying to with keeping Richards and then getting Malak and then Williams. I think at times they might slide one of the two over to the power and then use both of them down low.
I haven't seen too much tape on Malawak, really. I saw Duke Freshly just before the draft post a little bit of him. It wasn't too much, but you can't really find much on YouTube, really.
The thing is, he came up big in tournament games. 3 of his biggest outputs of the season were the tournament games, and that's huge.
And plus, isn't he like hella young? And I could be wrong, but like, isn't he 18 still?
Yeah, he's 18.
Yeah, he's 18 still. So he's like really young.
Bro.
And he's really raw, and he played Team USA and was popping jumpers, and so I think that he can develop to something great. You know, he can be around longer, even when the book era ends, which is crazy to say. I think he's a player that can kind of be the future of this team. So I like him. I love him, and I want some more of him. And honestly, people are talking about how many centers we have, but in reality, Mason Plumlee is a power forward, and he's a free agent as well.
He backed up Richards
in this season.
He backed up Richards after he traded Nerd.
Yeah, but the only reason we have Mason Plumlee is because Coach Budenholzer is madly in love with him.
Yeah, so leading to what I was saying earlier.
He's gone, brother.
Concern with those 4 centers. Frankie was saying he thinks Plumlee is out. I disagree. I think Richards is the odd man out on this one.
Well, the thing about it is, Richards might go, but Plumlee's gone too because he's a free agent. They're not going to pay him a bunch of money.
KD being gone, that's a 4 gone. You still need depth at 4 unless they have a plan to sign somebody or trade.
Also, Iguodala. He's new.
We're going young with our team right now. We're going young, but we haven't seen really much of Oso.
But I'm telling you that after this year is over, Plumlee is going to not be on the team. He's not under contract, so they have to re-sign him.
You got to think, all this time since we started this podcast.
But wait.
Okay, go ahead.
They have to re-sign him, which means they would have to give him a contract. They're trying to get under the second apron, so they're trying to get rid of him.
I get what you're coming from, but since we started this podcast and Suns fans across the world, our mindset expectation is championships. This team already right now is going young. So your solution is Oso, yeah?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna keep going younger, putting Oso there, are you sure you want to put Oso at the forward spot? When if we're going young, how is that? You're gonna need to put more vets there. You feel me? If we're already training Beal, that's another vet gone. But we already wanted Beal gone for the most part. So we're gonna keep going young. The championship aspirations are gonna get harder.
Well, the Thunder,
you're already gashing over half the roster that we have yet again.
I don't know. I don't agree with that at all because I think the Thunder and the Pacers are very young teams, and they're both the teams that made it to the finals. They don't have any.
How long were they squad together though?
Well, like a year or two. Like literally, like the iterations of what they have now. The Thunder their front office are just magic wizards. You know what I mean? And they were able to fleece the Clippers out of SGA for Paul George or whatever they traded SGA for, and that was the Clippers being the Clippers, man, messing things up. What I see is we get Book as our SGA. I think they're rebuilding, man. But we got Mark Williams, we got Oso and Malawak down there. We can keep Nick Richards or Plumlee as a backup, but I just think that they're not foundational pieces to this team. And they can be replaced with somebody else. Free agency hasn't even started, and they're free agents. I'm not giving Mason Plumlee no deal to stay around with the Suns. I'm not
expecting starter status, just on the bench.
Yeah, but what are they going to give him? They have to give him a new contract.
No more than 8 to 10 minutes.
No, millions. How much money are they giving him? How many years?
Her contract? I'm not aware of that at the moment.
You know what I'm saying? How much money would they give him when they re-sign? His contract is over, is what I'm telling you.
No more than $5 million.
But we just took on like $8 million with Mark Williams, I think. They're trying, and they're still trying.
If we're actually going to buy out our own little deal somehow, will it even matter?
Yeah, that's what we have to do now.
My projection, if we still retain Plumlee, would be $5 million for maybe a year or two.
So don't you think Nick Richards or somebody before they walk this season, Bobo, Nick Richards?
But here's the other thing I was
going to get. You don't think they're going to get packaged?
Here's the other thing I haven't gone to yet with Malawak. There's really not much tape on Malawak. He's 18. We have 4 centers on the roster, and I pointed out on our Arizona Sports fAnaticZ page, which you guys should follow, by the way, or follow on Facebook, by the way. There's no way our number 10 pick can just go straight to the G League. That just doesn't make sense.
Well, no, he's not going to go to the G League. He's not the person that's going to suffer. It's going to be Nick Richards or
so that's the only solution.
Mason Plumlee.
So that's the only solution.
But Mason Plumlee is not under contract. They can just let him walk, and that's his problem solved right there. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
And I think that's what's going to happen. They're not going to give him another contract to stay around and clog that room up.
We have with the young raw talent we have at the power forward potentially and center position, because I feel like any mix of those guys that are, you guys were just talking about can be hybrid players right there. But the biggest thing is, excuse me, we see what Jordan Ott was able to do with Evan Mobley's game. So I'm very intrigued to see how he can help, Mark Williams ascend and, help Malak reach that next level in our other guys.
It wasn't just Evan Mobley. It was also the other big man that they got over there. You forgetting somebody?
Oh, yeah, Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen. So I is used to running 2 bigs, Jared Allen, Mobley, and they did a wonderful job.
I didn't realize that, yeah.
Twin
Towers. They did a wonderful job.
Twin Towers.
Exactly. And so what I think the goal is we have Mark Williams. He's been in the NBA for 3 years. He hasn't really played a lot of games. He's played less games than he's missed.
He's played in 106 games in 3 years.
If we already got those 2 Towers, is Bobo still under contract?
Bobo's another free agent this year.
We need to get him, bro. We need more Bobo.
I feel like Bobo is one guy that we do bring back.
Bobo and Malawak are both from South Sudan, so I think there's a good chance Bobo stays around.
Connection.
The team loves him. The fans love him.
And I hope Ott, if we do retain Bull, I hope Ott actually gives him more minutes that he deserved that he didn't get last season towards the end, because Budenholzer want to be a dumbass. So
the thing about it is, Malawak's an 18-year-old kid. He's not going to be a starter right away.
Oh, I know that.
So he has some time to chill on the bench. Maybe that 4 position is foggy, and Bobo steps up, and we keep him on as a backup 4, and he wins a spot or just earns minutes or something. But we got to look for ways to get better, not just keep the same guys from last year, because we weren't very good.
Well, I mean, if you guys remember earlier, the Suns did make a trade to move up to pick number 36, so they have somebody in mind they're looking for in that second round tonight.
Yeah, unless they're packaging that with Bill and sending them to Miami or something.
And there's one guy that's still available who's a very solid player, Cam Jones. He also was a teammate of Oso's at Marquette.
What position does he play?
He's a combo guard.
We don't need no more damn guards, bro.
We need a point guard.
We need
he can play point.
We don't need someone that we can say, oh, he can play point. That's all the guards we have.
Tyus was very underwhelming, but a lot of Suns fans randomly forgot about Colin Gillespie. I mean, hey, if he flashes in preseason, and I feel like he can make the roster and potentially. I mean, I don't even know a starting spot, but that's why I'm saying point guard is still a need.
If Colin Gillespie can just be TJ McConnell, that's like that level of good, then I'm happy with him. He doesn't have to start. But
maybe
what about good?
Maybe when the free agency period starts, we retread, a veteran point guard, like maybe bringing Chris Paul back. He's a free agent. He's going to be pushed out in San Antonio.
I'd love having Chris Paul back. We still have Tyus Jones. He's a free agent this year. He's definitely he's probably not coming back. He probably doesn't want to come back, honestly.
It's the feeling's mutual. So on a pro, when you're bragging about yourself after signing a $4.65 million deal, and you try to Like I said, deal when you're trying to get paid this year, like nah, he was very underwhelming.
I'll be honest, that the offense that we ran was confusing. Like, what were we doing? I did not like the Budenholzer era. He didn't do a good job.
That's one firing I definitely agree with.
And I mean, like, I hate to keep blaming each coach because it seems like it's the we keep, Frank Vogel, and I think I've apologized enough to Frank Vogel at this point though. But yeah, we needed to get rid of that team. We need to, and I don't care if we get rid of more guys like Mason Plumlee, even Ball. We need to erase the stench of that team from Arizona and start building something that the modern NBA has. No more big threes. Let's get some switchable defenders, switchable bigs that we got. Some wings, some big, tall wings that can like shoot the ball and dunk and drive to the basket. We need more than one player to drive to the basket on our team. More
We need a
slashers.
shaman in that locker room.
Yes. We got Dylan. We got Dylan Brooks. Hopefully, he can be tough.
I'm
We
hyped
got.
about that because honestly, like he's been in the defensive player of the year conversation literally every year almost since he's been in the NBA, and he is an all defensive team player.
Hopefully, him and Grayson Allen hugged it out because they had a couple years back.
Oh yeah, I think they'll be cool.
Yeah,
I think they're homies now.
Say, even with his lockdown, defense, he can still score 15. So having two guys like you mentioned, Grayson, and now adding Brooks, like we're finally adding somewhat of a defensive mentality to a team that was probably one of the worst.
Facts. Facts and facts and facts, and I think a player like Dylan Brooks in the starting lineup, and also who we got Jalen Green too. They both were on the Rockets who went first round of the playoffs last year, and Jalen Green was their lead scorer. So
he's not KD elite, but he can still for sure score. So
yeah, I mean he was the lead scorer on a playoff team last year. So
I was gonna say he's still scoring 21 points a game. So getting a guy like that, and then you add the defensive mind of Brooks, and then plus his 15 a game. We got some quality back for KD, and then now you add the 10th pick and what we got with it. Good stuff so far, at least.
And those 5 future second round picks.
I wonder if the Suns think they can turn Jalen Green into like a Darius Garland type point guard, because Jalen Green is a small shooting guard.
I could see that.
Maybe he stops taking so many jump shots and just starts driving and kicking a little bit more. And he can play the 1, Book can play the 2, Dylan Brooks can play 3, Malawak can play 4, and then we can have Mark Williams at the 5. Woo!
That's actually.
What about Ryan Dunn? Ryan Dunn can play the 4 at this point.
Oh yeah, Ryan Dunn. I feel like Ryan Dunn's already proven.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn can play the 4. He can start at the 4. So Jalen Green at the point, Devin Booker as his 2, Dylan Brooks as a 3, Ryan Dunn as the 4, and Mark Williams as the 5 with Malawak as like a 6-man.
See, isn't it refreshing to say that not say that we need a center?
Yeah, once, it is.
It's nice to say that we're good at center now, because even like to think back, going back on DeAndre Ayton, since our last first round pick that we drafted, top 10, especially number 1, like he was very bipolar. So like you gotta think Malawak has decent shoes to fill, because you got people on the spectrum where they were pro and he thought he was in. You got people on their side like, nah, Aiden was a bust. Like should have gone Luka.
Aiden wasn't a bust though. You can't say that.
Well, agree to disagree. That's what I'm saying. So like,
right. But I think it's good, and I think that honestly, if I was the coach, I'm clinging to that. Make Jalen Green a point guard because he's 6'4". That's small for a shooting guard. Booker is 6'6".
Yeah.
Booker's taller than you by 2 inches. You know, he shouldn't be the guy playing point and you playing shooting guard. That doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, we still don't, but we still need a point guard though. That's been our thing.
Well, Jalen Green can be the point guard. Then what point guard on earth?
I'm fine with Colin. We just need to bring that. We just need to sign that one. Sign or trade that one guy.
If Jalen Green can play point guard, what other point guard on earth could guard that dude?
We're still going to be that championship mind expectations. We need somebody at least semi-proven still. We can't just have mysteries to fill in the holes that are already mysteries as it is.
If the coach can make it work, I'm down.
Who knows?
Yeah, the Ott is not a proven NBA coach. It's his first gig. He's been an assistant, so it's like
a winning assistant.
You're not wrong.
Ime Udoka came out of nowhere and was good right away. You know, who was that guy from the Dallas? Boston. Brad Stevens. That man never coached a day in his life. Came in there, almost won a championship. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of being down on the Suns. I'm gonna let them break my heart one more time. I'm gonna get excited. I'm gonna let them break my heart.
And I mean, we still have a long off season to go because whether there's a trade or not, 100% Bradley Beal is not a Sun in October.
Thank God. Thank God. Woo!
That's sad. I wish we could make it work with Bradley Beal somehow, but it's just not possible, man.
Not work, like, especially the contract, the availability.
It just has ran its course, man. It's just time to try something different because that whole shebang, everybody is not the same anymore. It's different GM, different coach. You know, everybody is different. So we want to move on from that horrible experience and get back to having a team that makes sense.
Right. And I mean, that's why we moved on from KD. It gave us, a fresh reset. He got what he wanted. We got players to, potentially get that rebuild going quicker than usual. Because, like I said, honestly, when we started the whole talk of trading KD and what was, first considered, I honestly at first did not think we would get as good of a haul as we did get for KD. I thought we were going to get bent over.
I knew we would get a good haul, or at least we would get a decent one because the Desmond Bain trade was just outrageous to me. So
I still can't believe that.
Teams are very generous with second rounds pick these days.
Yeah,
because they just like, oh, you want second round picks? We'll give you 6.
Well, the Suns preferred to stay. They could have got another first in that deal, but they wanted the 5 second rounders instead. So that was interesting to me, which means that there's specific things going on in the background, So I think they wanted, instead of having one additional trade possibility, they wanted to be able to package multiple second rounders for something. And I guess they're going to do that today. After the podcast, the draft will start, and the Suns will draft. What's it, 36th?
Yep.
Hopefully they package that and find a trade for Bill tonight. Get him on out of here. I met Bill during his course of time down here. Excellent person. I wish there was a way we could make it work, to be honest with you, but they're just not. And that's the way I was about KD too, because
right.
KD and Booker would be a scary combination. Matt Ishbia screwed us over when he got too ambitious and traded for Bradley Beal because of that no trade clause.
He just simply got wrong. There's plenty of other pieces out there he could have gotten. Who would have known? Nobody can name or say at the moment, but he just got it wrong.
I would have said go for a wing player or a true point guard. Don't go for someone that plays the same exact position as the person that you're about to give $150 million extension to.
So if you were to rewind on your go back in time and you're in the front office, don't even trade for a superstar to blend in with KD and Booker.
Nope. Trade for a regular guy. Trade for someone like Aaron Gordon or Michael Porter Jr.
KD's gone now too, so you can't even speak that into existence. It's a brand new scenario now. So now it's just around Book.
But I think that's when the Suns have been the best, though. When we had Chris Paul, and it wasn't like, oh, Chris Paul's lighting up the scoreboard and being vintage Chris Paul from New Orleans. No,
before Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
When it was around Book, when the topic in the media and locally was like, this piece around Book and that, without Book and KD, and then went from Book KD to Beal, So
I think
now it's back at going to Book. That's how we went to the finals in the first place.
Exactly, and I think that'll give Book the ability to play like it's his team. Because I just felt like some games he didn't play like it was his team. He played like it was him and KD's team, which it was, but one of them had to go off, and neither of them wanted to.
But no, the thing is, where we went wrong is we should have stopped at the KD trade. We never even got a true sample size of what things would look like with Ayton, Booker, Durant, and Chris Paul.
Right? That would have been crazy.
I feel like that team would have made another finals if nothing else, win the whole damn thing.
I read before we went live about KD?
What?
The Rockets are possibly going to sign him up or extend him to a 2-year, $150 million contract extension to end out his career.
Yeah, to retire with the Rockets.
To retire with Houston.
Wow.
So they're that confident in KD. So they're in that Suns mindset when we had James Jones. Like, KD's going to be the final stone for their push to the finals. So that they're bold and they're in that Suns mindset that we were just in. So
they have a better case to it than we do, though, than we did when we got him. Their team is way better to fit for KD just to go in there and drop buckets.
Yeah, I was gonna say all KD needs to do is hoop. They've got the young guys around him to do all the freaking dirty work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an infrastructure already. They already have returned it around.
He's not as much of a reliance.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go save them and teach them how to win.
That's a hefty ass contract. That $65-ish million a year to be not as much of a reliance. Like,
yeah, well, Book's about to get a 2-year, $150 million contract.
Yeah, but we really haven't relied on Booker still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
without Booker, then what?
Hopefully we can have better defense around him, because if we have a good defensive team and Book can be Book, and we can get Bradley Beal or Jalen Green, really scoring too, look out.
Jalen Green's such a nice compliment to Book.
It really is, and we finally have someone that can give us a little toughness. Maybe we need to get another tough guy too on the bench. Just get one more tough guy. One more tough person.
Have we been over the free agency list before?
Put Pat Bev on the squad now. I'll take Pat Bev now. Now that we got Dylan Brooks, we might as well have both. The Phoenix Suns are trading the number 52 and 59 picks to the Golden State Warriors for number 41. Oh shit! We got 36
There's
and
2
41
guys.
now.
There's either 2 guys we're looking for, or we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna package those 2 early.
I feel a package coming on, bro.
Never mind the free agency. Let's just get on this now.
We are breaking this. Woo.
Yes.
Let's go.
The Phoenix Suns. Well, Sham Shrine is breaking it, and we're breaking it for y'all. That's hilarious. And the Phoenix Suns, man, being the Phoenix goddamn Suns. I wish I could have my actual phone. This isn't it.
What do you need to look at?
See, I don't know. I don't know what they want to do with 41 potentially, but I think for 36, if he's still sitting there, they're going to get Rasheer Fleming.
We're cooking. That's what we're doing.
Hopefully this means somebody's like, ooh,
why
give us
are
2
all
early.
these teams? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Hopefully somebody's thinking it's like, ooh, give us 2 early picks, ship Beal out of town.
Right. Hey, hopefully. Why are all these teams helping us? What do the Golden State Warriors benefit by getting 52 and 59? Well, maybe they're
dropping back 15-ish spots.
Yeah. What do they?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What do they benefit? Whatever. I don't care. We benefit. We get the number 41 and the 36. That's really great.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
we benefited great in this draft. That's some Monty O shit. Literally.
I'll tell you what, like this, everybody was skeptical when the hires were made, but so far, this front office is giving me a slight bit of hope and optimism heading into this next year. Like we might, not be, we're going to have a better record than we did last year, potentially, with the direction we're building right now.
I love it. I love the fact that they're just going for it.
See, it's funny because they're being aggressive still, but they're being a smart, methodical aggressive, not a careless like they were when they made the KD and Beal deals.
Yeah.
They're building for the future, the sustainability of the franchise after Booker leaves. They're not just making big trades to gut the roster on two guys that are their best years are 2 or 3 years ago, etc., and they're going to be out of the league in 5 years.
Well, there's so many free agents out there.
Yes, I love this, man.
What's our point guard list?
Let's see. Positions, guards.
Dude, I'm excited for the draft tonight now, especially, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Me too.
So Trey Alexander, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Nicholas Batum, Malik Beasley, Reese Beekman, Brandon Boston, Malcolm Brogdon, Bruce Brown, Alec Berg, Javon Carter. He was a dog for us, though, Key.
I love Javon Carter, bro.
Dude, he's a defensive stud.
I mean, he's too old now, but
Seth Curry's a free agent. Pat Connaughton, Spencer Dinwiddie, Keon Ellis, he's dope.
I love Keon Ellis.
Yeah. Dante Exum, he's dope.
Ooh.
Markelle Fultz, he's a gamble.
No,
Colin Gillespie. Oh wait, Colin Gillespie's a free agent.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no way. So yeah, point guard. Yeah, point guard.
That's why I didn't factor him in heavily. He's not a starter, so they're not gonna get him.
Oh, Kyrie got locked down. Yeah, he got locked down extended. Of course he did. But yeah, so it's all right. The list is okay. I mean, I'm on the second page. Russell Westbrook. I mean,
I'm thinking the Suns might go point guard with that first pick they have tonight if they don't use it in a Beal deal.
D'Angelo Russell's a free agent.
Dude, wait, Russell?
Yeah, D'Lo's a free agent.
Him and Book are super tight.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder.
I would rather have D'Lo than Dennis Schroeder.
Good at
No,
defense.
maybe not. Dennis Schroeder would be cool.
Garrett Temple's all right.
Dude, already I'm thinking
free agent.
Schroeder.
Yeah, so 3 former Suns right here: Cam Payne, Chris Paul, and Kelly Oubre.
Okay.
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind bringing Paul
all 3 of those guys. Kelly Oubre could fucking start or be a 6-man.
Hell yeah,
also,
dude.
Hey, so get this. So if Gillespie is a free agent, Monte Morris is a free agent as well. So if Suns make that trade, can we see a point guard tonight?
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna take best point guard available.
I hope so. Hey, so the guy that made a big impact for us last season in the Nurkic trade, Vasilij Micic, he's a free agent. That's gonna be brutal, man, for us.
He's already back to the Hornets.
Oh, he went back to the Hornets already.
He skipped them with the trade that we did for Mark Williams. Thank God that guy's gone.
Look, it still says right here for the Suns free agent.
Yeah, it ain't official till July 1st.
Dude, he ever got off the plane for us.
Karis LeVert and
Luke
Kennard. And Trey Mann. Trey Mann's a free agent. What the fuck? So there's Mac McClung.
That's interesting.
So yeah, there's a decent options out there, but when it comes to guards, but
I feel like we're going draft.
We got to get that guard situation figured out ASAP, in my opinion.
Other than if you bring Chris Paul back in to be the veteran, leader, there's no really, names on that list that shout out, star point guard or super, point material.
Oubre's okay.
Oubre's a good small forward.
He's okay, but you guys remember Gerald Green?
Yes.
Kelly Oubre reminds me of Gerald Green. He'll have these hot flashes and shit. He I don't know, attacks the rim, makes these flashy dunks and layups, and just won't miss. But other games you'll just go cold. You won't see much. Joe Green vibes. I don't know. It just doesn't really scream like go get him to me.
I just feel like he's a backup small forward that gets a lot of rebounds and
It's gonna
is
say
good
he's
around
got
the rim.
length. He can shoot the three.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start, but I do think that we need someone like him off the bench so he can. Yeah, like you
He's
said,
another 3-and-D.
exactly. We need three and D wings. We don't have anybody at that position, but Dylan Brooks. You know, so Dylan Brooks is going to start in my brain. You know, well he just needs someone to back him up and someone that can shoot the damn ball because he can't. Dylan Brooks. Well, he can, but he can't. You know,
like second chance, like. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like he's the putbacks, the little hustle plays. Kelly Oubre is a nice little hustle player that can get hot and his score like 27 in random games. You know, we don't need him to be good every night because he ain't gonna start, but we do. He would be a good off the bench in my personal opinion. I'm more. Who's the best point guard left on the board for tonight?
Good question. Great question. I didn't even. He's already on it. But yeah, while he's looking that up, little fun fact about the draft: there's some draft drama. Do you guys hear about any draft drama in the first round?
No.
The guy that Utah drafted, he did not want to go there. Yeah, he did not want to go there.
I don't know. I think he don't care. I think that his agents or whatever was trying to tell him not to go there.
It was just all posturing.
Yeah, he looked so happy in the interviews. Like, he doesn't seem like he doesn't want to go there. I don't know.
But yeah, no, people were making memes all day of the freaking reaction, and it's just like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, dude probably didn't even know what to think, to be honest.
He's a young kid.
Really? Where's Utah going within the next 5-10 years anyways? And he's going to be locked down there for 4,
Shit. They got Walter. They got a little good squad.
Some talent down there.
Yeah, they got a little squad.
They're still in a rebuild, though. They might be in a barely 500 spark through that rebuild this next season, but...
So they're saying that the best guard is Jameer Watkins from FSU. He's a stout defender with an excellent frame. Ooh, I like that. And a 6'11" wingspan who filled up the box score impressively. He's 23 years old. I said old college student. But has never been able to find consistency with his outside shot, just hitting 32.5% of his career three-pointers at the college level. Few players helped himself as much as he did at the NBA Combine. He brought physicality and high-level intensity defensively by making plays all over the court. He's NBA-ready frame, and he has tools that he can hang his hat on, but he needs to find more ways to score consistently in the half court. I like that. That sounds good. That sounds like what we need. Someone that can play.
That sounds like a non-coachable player.
Yep, someone that is intense physically and defensive. That's what I want from our players.
Yeah, we definitely need defense.
The next best guy is Chaz Lanier from Tennessee. I think the Vols. Yep. 6'4", 206-pound point guard. That's kind of weird. He's a dangerous movement shooter with solid physical tools. He proved himself as a prolific shot maker in the SEC after he transferred from North Florida to Tennessee. He has questions to answer with his feel for the game, though. Bad passing and defensive prowess, struggling to impact the game on nights his outside shots weren't falling. Doesn't sound good.
Does Shams have an updated tweet about the Suns? I wasn't too sure.
That's the Timberwolves are trading their pick to the Phoenix Suns.
What?
Yeah, it says the Timberwolves are trading their pick.
Where do you see that? Because I don't see it. I don't want to scroll through your phone.
What pick?
Not my phone, bro. It's on my computer.
Are trading the first pick?
But I'm gonna look at it right now. Don't worry.
I could have sworn I saw something like
so much.
I know.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are trading the first pick in tonight's NBA draft. Woo! Number 31 to the Phoenix Suns for number 36 and 2 future second-round sources. Suns continue to rebuild by moving up to 31 and 41 in the draft, sending out 36, 52, and 2 future seconds.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, goodness.
Hey.
Let's go.
First pick of the second round.
Gregory is cooking.
Gregory. All right, Gregory. Let's go.
Gregory has earned my respect.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, he's got the Monty O vibe. He's cooking, bro.
Woo! But no, this is so. I
So
know
maybe we will get that Jameer guy.
Yeah, this is where I'm thinking Fleming is going to be that pick because they really liked him.
They liked him. Did they love him?
Is there a way we can put that on TV or something when we get off air?
What?
To watch the pick?
Yeah. We can watch it.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Dude, man, you know my. Who Gregory is definitely going up in the world already.
I like him.
I do. This is a great impersonation, honestly. Because remember a couple episodes back where I was pointing out like he needs to put a great
Impression.
Great first impression. He needs to put on. Yeah.
My boy said impersonation.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he's impersonating? A freaking good GM right now because I'm impressed, and it's not easy.
The biggest,
we were very like I don't know.
The biggest thing right now is they're not just rebuilding the franchise; they are rebuilding hope within the fan base.
Damn right. Damn right. I was pretty down once we traded KD, and now I'm feeling a lot better. The Suns' war room right now is eyeing St. Joseph's big man Rasheer Fleming at number 31, finalizing their research.
Another big man.
Yeah, well, that kind of threw me. I'm like, what are we doing?
So, bye-bye, Richards. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, goodbye.
Why are we getting so many big players?
Richards, thank you, sir. It was fun watching those 12-plus rebound games, but I don't know.
No, this is what we should do.
Dang.
Let's look at Rasheer Fleming and let's see what's up with our boy, because that's probably who they're gonna get, right?
I am almost 100% now.
Dude, the Suns are freaking cooking though.
They're really loading up at center, dude.
Hey, and Damien, you know what else?
What else?
So we get Fleming at 31, and then we use 41 for a developmental point guard.
Yeah, probably Jameer, my boy Jameer.
Dude, let's go, dude. Oh.
Let's go. If we can do that, that'd be sick.
We are in honor of Jack. Let's go.
That's so funny. Did you guys see how I edited the first part of the episode?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck, bro?
So, man, in about an hour we'll find out who the newest Phoenix Sun is.
So I clicked on a random article and it's CBS Sports. Second round draft sleepers. Rasheer Fleming among best players available. That was the freaking title. So let's see what it says about Rasheer Fleming. He's a power forward. He's 6'8", so he's not a center. He's not a century guy. He could play the 3 at 6'8".
So they're trying to possibly fill not a KD replacement, but
this is like some 2021 Raptors shit where they had like Scotty Barnes and Precious Achiuwa.
Also would have comp. Then.
You know what I mean?
Also would have immediate competition then.
Mm-hmm. Remember, it's a new regime. He didn't draft these players that we have right now.
That's why every regime, like with the Cardinals, with Monty Austin for getting slashing and gashing like 95% of the kind guys.
Yeah.
That's every new regime.
I instantly see why they drafted this fool. Standing at 6'8" with a 7'5" wingspan, Fleming hit a career-high 39% on threes last season as one of the team's top scoring options and rated out very well as a defender across a number of situations. Oh, he's physically mature and polished enough to contend for a role on a quality team. He was ranked number 24 on the final big board. Wow. And will be a first-round talent snatched up in round 2 for a smart team.
Woo!
Looks like we're a smart team, guys.
Let's go, Brian Gregory.
Let's go.
Okay, so do you even want to look at anyone else? Because that's probably who we're getting. Well, we got to look at who we're going to get at 41 too, right? So,
guard.
Yeah, hopefully.
Point guard.
We should probably do point guard.
Bare minimum.
Please.
That's a bare minimum like addition of at point guard.
So also on this list for CBS Sports is Cam Jones. Jones, this is the player you're talking about from Marquette, right?
Yep, the one that was teammates with Oso.
All right, let's read this then. Jones, like the rest of the players on this list, is an older prospect who spent multiple years playing in college. But like the rest of the players on this list, I believe that's why he could wind up becoming a sleeper. He was a career 36.6 3-point shooter in 4 seasons at Marquette and one of the most lethal catch and shoot weapons in college basketball 2 seasons ago. Excuse me. He may be best suited for an off-ball role. I don't like that. Or as a combo guard who can provide bench offense. But at worst, I think he's a valuable depth piece for a backcourt who can be additive with his offensive versatility. I like it, but I want a true point.
That's fair.
Let's keep it above.
Like I don't know. Chris Paul's the only true point out there though.
That's true. We might as well just get a combo guard that we can just say, hey, you're a rookie, defer the book. That's the same thing over again. Yes. But I'm excited that the Suns are trying to aggressively rebuild this roster because let's be real.
Dude, we're getting young and lengthy in a hurry.
Yes, we are. We're getting young and lengthy in a hurry, and we're getting back draft capital that we lost in the original deal with KD in a different way than just getting back our pick from Houston. We're getting our picks. I mean, we're getting them how we're getting them, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that they probably got to 36 and were like, man, we could probably get Richard Fleming here. And then they're like, we don't want to take any chances of anybody else drafting him, so we'll give up as many second rounders as we can to try to just get who we want and still end up with another second round pick. I like it.
It's like I said, it's definitely an aggressive approach, but a methodical one.
Well, when he kept saying vision and
alignment,
yeah. So
he's smashing it right now, though. He is smashing it.
100%.
Can you pass me that purple pink box, whatever that is?
Purple pink box
on the bed by the phone.
I think that's pink. It may be colorblind, sir. Or me. One of us.
Both of us might be. This is an interesting color.
Yeah.
Anyways, now that we see, now the team looks clearer to me. You know, what this says to me is that Malawak won't start on this team right away. He's a young kid. He'll get to play spot minutes and learn behind Mark Williams, who hopefully can stay healthy now. Because let's face it, the Lakers rescinded a trade, and I don't think it's because the physical was bad. I think it's because they gave up Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, and 2 first-round picks or something crazy like that?
I think so.
Yeah, or a first and a second or something. They gave up 2 picks, 2 players that were good. And we only gave up a first-round pick, 29, right? And
the future
2029, which is best between Cleveland and 2 other teams that aren't probably going to be very good. So the pick ain't even going to be that great. It's going to be like a low first rounder, which will probably still be good, but will they be Mark Williams? Probably not. So
yeah,
I think all in all, we freaking smashed what we had and turned a little bit into like a team again. You know, now we can make trades and we're a destination. People probably will want to come here. And we're not so focused on KD and Booker. We're focused on the whole team and building it out to make it like the other teams that have depth, real depth. That's what we need to win.
Well, and like you said, it's just, I don't know, it's a completely different feel without KD, but it's kind of a refreshing, and then we can actually see Booker go back to it feeling like he's the one with the keys. He's the one that, moves the machine. It can go back to being his team instead of him feeling like maybe a secondary option, or, he can go back to being the alpha.
Yeah, I was stoked to get KD, but it just went badly. Yeah, we all were. And it was a huge move, but I just think that KD doesn't have the right or didn't have the resources to lead that team the right way because we weren't deep, If we didn't have anybody to run to on the bench to help us out, and KD didn't have that like galvanizing quality, I guess,
He did want to leave on a good note, though. He did Next say like much love to the real Phoenix Suns fans. So
I'm happy he said that
yeah,
because I was very disappointed when he said the fans wanted him to go. That's why he's happy
Yeah.
we got what we want. He got what he wanted. Like, we didn't want you to go. You wanted to go to Houston.
I preferred Beal over him. I still was willing to keep him and
Yeah.
still try things differently.
Yeah,
But
there was just no way that
yeah,
was possible. So
yeah.
we all came to reality and was like, well, I guess we have to trade KD.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but it was fun for those couple years. But
I got a KD Phoenix Suns jersey out of the mix, so that'll go in my Phoenix Suns room once I have my own house. You know, I'll look in that little Phoenix Suns room. Boom,
Yeah.
and that KD jersey will be in a frame. I won't wear it anymore, but I mean, he's on the Houston Rockets. What's the point?
True. That's kind of how I feel about my D-Hop Cardinals jersey.
see, I'm still salty. D-Hop is gone, and we still didn't get we didn't even get a bag of chips for him.
You know what's crazy to me is he's on the Ravens now, which is like that's a jersey that I want. I'm a Cardinals fan first, but if I had to root for any other team, which I have in the past, I will be totally honest, it's the Ravens. That's my second team. That's my East Coast team. So he's home with me. So I'm cool with that. He's a dirty bird once again.
It's like my luck with any jersey end up buying. The guy ends up being traded or retires the following off season. It's just like I freaking have the D-Hop jersey, got it right before he got traded, and then I have a freaking Zach Greinke Diamondbacks jersey.
That's so funny. Yeah, I posted when I got the jersey, but hopefully he stays here for the long haul.
I wonder if like anybody's like ever like met Zach Greinke, and like if they've had like an awkward social interaction with him.
I'm sure it's had to have happened sometime in his life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, free.
Well, the draft is in an hour. I'm tempted to just say goodbye, gentlemen, and try to get this thing up in the next 30 minutes before the draft.
We must have. What were we at?
Hell yeah, dude!
Hey, want to briefly go over
we'll just call it a Suns EP.
We'll talk about the Diamondbacks real quick.
And we still got 10 minutes to fill.
End it out.
D-backs.
Since we already prepped there, let's finish it out with the D-backs.
Yeah, these damn injuries, bro. I tore my UCL just thinking about it.
That's so funny. Yeah, we've been banged up, man. Everybody's getting banged up. I can't believe Corbin got hit with the ball on his wrist like that. That's that crazy bad luck.
I feel like that's the most important injury that we got struck with outside of Corbin Burns, in my opinion.
Well, then you got freaking Vargas that broke a bone in his foot.
Yeah, everybody's breaking bones.
And then thankfully for us, at least Suarez is good to go. He's not going to miss much time, if any. Thankfully, because he's one of the leaders in RBI, so you definitely cannot afford to lose him and Corbin Carroll in the lineup.
I saw Naylor was back in the lineup the last game.
Yeah, and he got hit too, or he had an injury too, but thankfully both him and Suarez were just like minor and just, finished there. We're going to take you out of the game and then you're going to be good for tomorrow injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put Corbin on the 10-day IL, but it's going to be way longer than 10 days. Like, he got, a fractured chip in his wrist?
Yeah.
That's like got to be, 2 months?
I was going to say, our injured list, we might as well have a punch card at the Phoenix ER.
Right, seriously. We got so many injured players. It's ridiculous, man. It's like, dang, man.
They put Jake McCarthy out there to fill his defensive fill for now, and he made that spectacular catch and robbing that home run.
I'm happy they called him back up. I like Jake McCarthy.
He's good. He can rake. It's just
he's a very streaky hitter.
He is, but he's a good defender though. Like for some reason, Mike Hazen set it up where like we just have a lot of, even in our farm system, we just have a lot of good defenders in our outfield. So
if only we had a lot
of depth out there defensively.
Yeah. Hopefully we can. We've been up and down with the wins and losses lately, but it's mostly been positive. So hopefully they can keep winning.
We got 2 or 3 straight series wins, and we're still above 500 with everything we've dealt with. And
So at the end of July, I'm pretty sure that's when the trade deadline is. So we're pretty much a month away from the trade deadline. And I checked like 2 days ago, and we were still 7.5 in fourth place behind the Dodgers in the NL West.
It's not bad.
But with all these injuries, though, I mean, we got an easy series. We got 2 or 3 in Colorado, 2 or 3 against Chicago, and wasn't there like one more easy?
We get the Marlins tomorrow night.
We got who?
The Marlins are coming to Chase tomorrow night.
Marlins kind
For
of
some weird reason, the Marlins have us dialed.
And they've been heating up. They've been winning games lately. They haven't been
You know who hasn't been winning games lately for us? Zach Gallen.
I was about to point that out. Yeah, Gallen is. Have we gave up on Zach Gallen yet?
No, not me, but I'm close.
I'm not even
horrible, man.
Need to get rid of him, but if nothing else, like send him down to the minor leagues to get his confidence back.
No, you can't send somebody like Zach Gallen.
Merrill Kelly went back to ace form when I don't know, he hasn't been good till like this year, you know?
Yeah. I just think you can't send Zach Gallen to the minor leagues. That's a crazy word.
He's for sure gone if we do that.
Yeah, he's not going to come back.
But probably a decent amount of D-back fans right now want him gone like at the deadline. So,
hey, well, who are we going to bring in? You know, it's like
Paul Skeens.
Freddie Peralta is going to be a free agent. We're keeping an eye.
I mean, as you said, Damien, we have a lot of deep depth in our farm system at outfielders, defensive players, and if nothing else, like if we're super close by July and we're still in this race, I honestly wouldn't doubt if we made a room for like a back end starting pitcher just for insurance, and definitely bullpen help.
Oh yeah, I mean I think we need that more than anything else. Closer and bullpen, yeah, those two things are the reliever and closer, man. Like nobody's business.
When is Puck coming back?
He's done hurt for the season.
He's hurt.
He's gone for the year.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew he was on the.
They put J-Mart on the 60-day IL, but
he's done for the year too.
No, okay, they read that too.
Yep, they're both done for the year, which is what the heck.
Our bullpen is gashed again. We already had issues.
I thought Puck had a chance to come back, but I must have read something wrong.
Let's get a definitive on Puck right now. I believe that what we were saying is the real deal, though. I think he's done for the year. Who the fuck is that? Where's my phone looking out? Yo, why do they keep on bringing up this guy?
You get Wolfgang Puck?
No, it's someone different. I can't even say who they brought up because I can't pronounce that shit. But he's out for the season due to a left elbow flexor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the 60-day too. I think anybody that's on the 60-day is gone.
Okay. I must have misheard or misread something somewhere. I thought he had a slight chance or that something, but that's no good.
And Puck has already went under Tommy Johns. He went under in 2018. He had Tommy Johns.
Oh, Johns. Like I said, I tore my UCL just going to the bathroom this morning.
Yeah.
Just wearing my D-back jersey and hat.
Seriously, dude.
I'll tell you what, though. We were talking about, needing pitching, struggling pitching. Two guys that have been trending up in the right direction, at least for us. Ryan Nelson and Eduardo Rodriguez have had numerous quality starts in a row, so that's definitely good to see.
100%.
Maybe one of Erod's people saw me talking shit a month or two ago whenever I was, and then he spread the word. He's like, all right, bet.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Erod, fix your shit.
Somebody in his camp must have heard my rant and showed him.
It was him himself.
Probably.
Hey, dude, I would be honored if somebody, watched us from the organization.
He reads his own press clippings. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that being said, I don't want to talk about any more depressing Diamondback stuff.
Nah,
we got the draft.
Back next week, more on the come up.
Yeah, so if you guys want to support us, if you like what you hear, you want to be down with the clown, I'm just kidding. Just like, subscribe, and tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, anybody that likes Arizona sports, we're the place to go. Let everybody know. It's all in the descript sheet on.
And I'm leaving AZ Saturday morning, so hope you guys enjoy this heat. I'll be enjoying the 80s. So,
as always, good to talk to you guys as always. And Arizona is always on at Arizona Sports fAnaticZ and fAnaticZ Podcast on YouTube.